Luke Perry is on the line from Utica College Center of Public Affairs and Election Research. Good morning, Luke. Thanks for coming on this morning.
My pleasure. Good morning.
Let's start off. I know that Mike Arcuri, former Congressman Mike Arcuri, dissected the current race between Congresswoman Tenney and Anthony Brindisi, the Assemblyman. What was his take? What did you get out of that story?
Well, it was an interesting piece I did. I sat down with him and asked his opinion. I thought it'd be a worthwhile perspective given his experience in central New York and the district. And, he felt that Trump still had some popularity, which was a bit of the challenge, but Brindisi had all the tools to be successful. He felt that Representative Tenney sort of played into the worst parts of Trump's public persona, which would be advantageous to the Democrats, and geographically looked at Herkimer to be the center of the district and pivotal in the race. And the key was for Brindisi to be centrist if he's going to be successful.
Yeah, I think he's very right there, right?
Oh, of course. I mean, he's got a wealth of experience. I mean, I think geographically it'll be interesting to see how things unfold. Obviously, there's ebbs and flows in terms of turnout and targets on both sides. I think Brindisi's tried to position himself as a centrist, as we've talked about. I think he needs to do a little bit more of asking the question of, is the district happy with what's happening in Washington? Portray himself as somebody who can work together with both sides. I haven't seen a whole lot of that, so yeah. I wonder if he's going to head more in that direction off the centrist theme.
I see a couple of factors here. One, I know the tax situation won't hit your bank account, I guess in theory, until 2019. But if Republicans can position this and let people know what to expect, I do think the tax vote works out really well for Republicans. The other thing is...
And it is sad that some people will begin to see more money in their paychecks as early as taxes? Later this month, yeah.
So, if the accumulation of that and then what people anticipate getting back in early 2019... I think this could be, and there's a lot of positive economic news that we've heard about over the last couple of weeks, and I think you can, quote, blame Republicans for that. The other thing, though, on Brindisi in particular, we still don't know how this works out. The email situation where he was critical of some leaders in Herkimer County, they were very upset. I would be, I guess I shouldn't predict, but it's yet to be determined how that works out.
Are you familiar with this story, Luke?
I am, yes.
Okay, so what's your take on that? And I got to tell you, as late as Friday, speaking with leaders in Herkimer County, they're very upset with Oneida County, and I don't think Brindisi said all that much, but he said enough to be kind of grouped with them. And Herkimer County is conservative to begin with. What are your thoughts?
Well, I don't have a whole lot to say on the matter. I started, I'm familiar with the issue broadly. I started looking through some of the emails that were foiled. Obviously, it's not helpful for Brindisi to be quoted this way. You have a lot of communication when you're a representative, as you know, and then it can be selectively shared in a way that's not flattering. And to get back to the original question, I think Tenney's got a lot going for her, too, as was mentioned. I think in a moderately conservative district, the tax bill, though it doesn't seem widely popular in upstate New York, certainly people can change their minds on that, and Republicans are making the sell. Deregulation is obviously something conservatives in New York like, and that's been one of the strong suits of the Trump administration. I think Tenney's main challenge is not so much the policy that was mentioned, but trying to not be associated with some of the downsides of the Trump presidency, particularly his personality, his political style, and these types of things.
And that kind of is her style. I hate to say it, but it is. Just the comment about Italians, the comment, not Italians in general, but the Italian remarks in regards to Anthony's family certainly was Trump-like, and she is tied to the president. On the other hand, I'm not sure we're seeing the Anthony, and I like your take on this, I'm not sure we're seeing the Anthony Brindisi centrist as much as I think is needed. A lot of the things that we hear, the press releases that go out, the things that we hear from Assemblyman Brindisi seem to be talking points, Democratic talking points, and I'm not sure that's going to help him in this race. What are your thoughts?
Well, I think a couple things. In terms of Tenney, I think in regards to campaign style and public statements, she can be very Trump-like in regards to how she conducts herself. At the same time, one-on-one, small groups, I've seen her work in those sessions as well. She's met with students from Utica College. I've heard from others that, she will talk to everybody in the room and really connect on an individual level. So I think it would probably be beneficial for her to modify some of the more stronger populist sentiments that she tends to get into in regards to her public statements. Now, in terms of Brindisi and being a centrist, I think right now he's sort of trying to draw a contrast between himself policy-wise and the Republicans in Washington, including Representative Penny. I think as the campaign unfolds, he's going to have to do more, obviously, than oppose what's going on. He's going to have to present clear solutions to the problems that face the district and the country, and I think the economy is going to have to be the centerpiece of that. It has to be more than just opposing Trump, which he's going to do softly, right?
Yeah.
Because Trump does have popularity in the district, but it's really going to have to be, okay, the country's in the district is in the wrong direction. Here's exactly how we get in the right direction.
Right,
I expect that'll be the focus moving forward.
How much of Nano hurts Anthony Brindisi, or if something pops this year, how much that can actually help him?
It's an interesting question. It could go either way. Obviously, Republican and Democrat regional leaders, local leaders have been pushing for that. There hasn't been a lot of positive outcomes to date. So the longer that trend continues, the worse it is for them. But like you said, that could change at any moment.
Yeah. All right, Luke Perry, by the way, the website is uticapublicaffairs.com. It's Utica College Center of Public Affairs and Election Research. And be looking for the NY-22 Minute. It's always very interesting. Luke, we appreciate it. This coverage adds an awful lot to this race, and I
agree.
I appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thanks so much. Didn't get to get into the whole issue of the State of the Union. He is in Washington, but it'll be interesting to see what he writes about it.